very sexy welcome back to our Better Off Better listeners.
Everybody.
Welcome back to the show of all shows. You know what time it is. We're keeping you warm.
It's like
It's a calm week out here in the cold wilderness.
right in your ear, babe.
no winter when we're in your ear, just other seasons. Except on cold fall days. None of those either, because we're going to keep you warm. Every day that's warm in the spring and
Yeah.
summer, obviously,
warm.
because it's usually warm.
We're
unless
spring
it's
and
cold.
Like
summer.
a fresh, hot cup of apple cider in the fall.
Welcome back to Better Off Better.
Welcome back, everyone!
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
To which podcast? I'm Jenny.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Chris.
To which podcast?
This is the Witch Podcast.
Double, do you in trouble?
With Chris's nose, you'd think he's a witch.
On the record, I think we should cut that joke, the witch joke, because I didn't like it.
It was too personal to your nose.
It doesn't fit with our vibe.
It's done now. So what is this show? What do we even do here?
The socially acceptable term is Wiccan, just so you know.
Yo, Jenny,
Yeah.
let me ask you a quick cue.
Yep.
That's a question, but I'm cutting down on syllables. Trying to keep my, value my time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's this show, first of all?
This show is Better Off Better. This is our competitive cutthroat journey to self-betterment.
Better off, better. B.O.B.
Between three friends who are just, we're trying to get better to be better people, because we're not better people right now. We're not very good at all.
Nope, that was so good. Let me top you off there with a little grenadine, right? You've put the ginger ale in, and I'm about to make this Shirley Temple pop. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm the cherries.
No cherry. I'm actually cutting down on cherries, so bye.
I throw the cherries in.
Every week on this show, Jenny, you look so sad.
I was gonna do it.
Do you want to try to finish the whole thing? I would venture to guess it's going to be a mess.
Every week on this show, we try a new challenge for 1 week.
Whoa!
Based on bettering ourselves. And that could come
Yup.
from anywhere, either reputable sources like doctors and lawyers, or weirder sources like online, or your weird aunt that comes over for Thanksgiving and says that she has the cure to your illnesses.
That's a good point.
We try it out for 7 days, and then that's the first. This podcast is split up into 2 parts. The first part, we talk about the thing, and we talk about our fears and our trials and tribulations that we think we're gonna have, and then we come back to you after a week of doing the thing, and we tell you about it, and we decide who did it the best, because that's a really healthy way to get better, right?
Yeah, it's competitive, Jenny. Why in the hell would we try to become better people if it's not to compete against our friends and become better than them?
Yeah.
That's what we're in this for.
May I just say, we're becoming healthy in the least healthy way possible.
That's right, Sam. That is exactly right. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you.
Truly could not have.
It just came to me.
That's exactly right. This is our beautiful 2-part podcast. I really feel like we got to emphasize. We're like the only ones in the game, possibly, except maybe some other ones. This show, I mean, we're like working on this thing. Are
No,
you kidding
it's
me?
us in 2-part Patty.
Oh, 2-part Patty does this?
Yeah, it's us in 2-part Patty. 2-part Patty podcast.
2-part Patty podcast.
Yeah. So,
But oh my god, I think you did a good job, Jenny, explaining that. For the record, for if you're new around here, that was Jenny's first time introducing the show, and I honestly kid, pretty
so
good for
proud.
a rook. Pretty good for a rook, but I think it's important to note that you did pretty good for a rook.
Also known as castles.
yes.
For all the chess players out there.
Wow, like Bobby Fischer, like me, I am
Yeah.
in our own league, but not really a chess guy.
We call Chris Chrissy Fisher, because he fishes.
Yep.
No, the chess thing I meant.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't fish either, though. I'm not really I don't have many skills.
They call me the Queen's Gambit.
So what are we doing this week, Chris?
What are we doing this week? Jenny, this is what we're doing this week on Better Off Better!
Better Off Better.
How are we even wording this? We are maximizing our caffeine intake for a
This is awful.
whole week.
Ooh.
Imagine that.
Well, some of us are maximizing. Some of us might need to cut down to make the cut, but
Listen, you got people out there saying, "Oh, well, we're gonna go no caffeine for a month. We're gonna cut down on our caffeine for a week."
not us, loser.
That's not what we're about. We're about bettering ourselves, not making a YouTube video where you're clearly sad, you idiots. This is a
Yeah.
shout out to, I don't know anybody particularly, but if you've done this, then it's you that are our enemy in that sentence. But now in this sentence, we're back to friends, perhaps.
Okay.
Okay.
But so we're maximizing our caffeine intake. We have backing. As Jenny said, sometimes our show is a bit more experimental practices that are supposed to make us better. Sometimes they are more medically, scientifically, professionally backed. But this one mayhaps possibly is an experimental one, but we've got backing. We've got actually
No, my dermatologist told me it was good.
There it is, and see you next week.
Shout out to my dermatologist, Dr. Tomich. What's up?
Do not shout anybody's independent medical practices.
He
on
doesn't
this show.
take new clients. He's very specific on who he intakes, so.
Oh, shut up. So braggy.
Hey, Chris, give me some facts.
You want some facts, Sammy? You want,
Yeah.
because you what, you don't take my word for it? The caffeine's good? It's nice?
No.
No.
Then let me tell you. Like I said, there's a lot of studies on this. Specifically, we will be citing Holly Van Hare on this one. And Holly provides a nice breakdown on the fact that caffeine is a misconceived evil in this world, and that generally caffeine is actually beneficial for your health. And let me tell you why, okay? According to Holly Van Hare, drinking more caffeine day after day, in fact, can make you live longer, helps your heartbeat, can make your workout more effective, reduces your risk of early death, contains many antioxidants within the caffeine itself. It's good for your brain. It lowers your risks of type 2 diabetes. It's good for your liver health. It lowers your risk of depression and your feelings of general sadness and depression. It strengthens your DNA. It lowers your risk of cancer. It prevents cavities. It boosts productivity, and especially it boosts morale.
It prevents cavities?
Chris, you could really use that.
You really need that, Chris. Shout out to Chris, who had 8 cavities at one time when he went to the dentist.
Shout out to shutting up.
How did you even chew food?
He, knows when he has a cavity. I've gotten, 3
Yeah, most
cavities
people
ever.
know when they have a cavity.
Oh, really?
Oh, sounds like somebody hasn't had enough cavities.
I haven't had any cavities, so fun fact.
So how do you know you can feel them, you idiot?
Anyway, caffeine sounds like it's going to be a good thing. We're going to max out our caffeine intake, sounds like.
Well, you're probably wondering, what is maxing out the caffeine intake?
What is maxing out your caffeine intake?
Oh, holy schmoly, that was a good question.
Thanks.
Well, in fact, for healthy adults, up to 400 milligrams a day is the safe amount of caffeine. So that is what we're doing. I mean,
That sounds like too much.
that's considered the safe amount, so we could go above that, but we're not going to this time, okay? We are cutting it off at 400 milligrams a day. That is how much we're intaking. And for you at home that want to maybe practically apply this to your life, I generally have my caffeine in the form of espresso, and I know for a fact wholly that each one of my cups of espresso is 65 milligrams of caffeine per. I usually have about 3 in a day, but every cup is 65. So I guess generally I have about 200 milligrams of caffeine a day. But so according to what we're doing this week,
I don't want to do it.
I'm having goddamn 6.15384615 cups of espresso a day. How do I even have 0.15384615 cups?
Question.
Shoot.
Monster Zero Ultra.
Ugh.
Shout out. Sponsor me, please. I buy so much of your product. So it only has 140 milligrams of caffeine. So how many?
Oh, that's it?
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, so how many is the max out?
400. So what did you have, 145?
It's 140.
You, my friend, can have 2.85714285714 cups of Monster a day.
Okay, so I'll have 2 Monsters and a caffeine pill.
Okay, so what about me? I do 80. I have 80 milligrams in my V8 Energies, which is because I don't like coffee.
Because you're a puss. Yeah, 400 divided by 80 equals. And even Sam, 5, you've got no decimals in yours. That'll be boring.
5 a fucking day?
Let me say, this is very interesting, though, that we all apply our caffeine to our bodies in different ways. I think that's worth noting. Maybe.
Okay, so my caffeine pills are 200.
So that would be 2. It goes into 400 2 times.
No, I know, but so if I do a caffeine pill and then 2 Monsters, that's too much.
Yeah.
Yes, that's too much.
I would just do a caffeine pill and a Monster.
I mean, this clearly shows we should be cutting caffeine instead.
This is less caffeine than I usually have.
See, there it is. And I thought that might happen with you.
Scary as hell.
That's a problem.
Jenny, that's not good. You could have a fucking seizure.
I'm more than doubling my caffeine a day. You potentially have to cut this week to match us.
I'm timesing it by 5.
My
this
family
week.
has heart like heart problems too. Like everyone on my mom's side just dies of a heart attack at like 50.
Around 23 years of age. And for some reason, they all also love Monster Energy.
Yeah, my whole family loves Monster.
By the way, please sponsor us. We love you. Jenny's whole family has died because of it.
Please sponsor me, Monster. No, none of my family has died because of Monster. No one I know has ever been negatively affected by Monster.
Yet.
Oh, I thought you meant a monster, because your aunt did get killed by a monster.
Yeah, well, she was attacked in the dead of the night in like the woods.
She went to where the wild things are, and they ripped her from limb.
I drink Monster every episode. I could start doing it from the can instead of from my cup.
I believe that there's a good likely chance that Monster will sponsor this show.
Anyway, let's move on to everyone's favorite segment, Initial Fears!
Initial Fears, sponsored by Monster.
Not sponsored by Monster. This is our chance to go around the circle real quick, real slick, and real frickin' fun-like, and you declare some fears. What are you not looking forward to? What are you dreading? Something to do with this week? Please tell me what you're not looking forward to across this span of many, many milligrams of caffeine. Sammy, start us out.
I don't want to do it. I am extremely affected by caffeine. I am like I have one of these V8 energies, and I'm so jittery. Like I'm not doing anything in my hand right now because I'm already just naturally wired.
He's high on life.
I'm gonna be vibrating, and I don't like it. And I already have like extreme chest pains that comes on if I have too much caffeine.
I get chest pains too, just normally though.
I also have chest pains normally, but like it's enhanced by the caffeine, and I really don't want to feel like ass all week. I don't want to feel like I'm about to vibrate out of my fucking clothes.
So you can tell this is a good call for us to do. So it's gonna improve our health.
Yeah.
But bro, you're not gonna have any cavities next week.
True.
Thought of that?
I'm not gonna be able to sleep because I'll drink a caffeine thing in the morning at like 8, and then I'll be awake at 4 in the morning still feeling the effects.
Yeah, but no cavities.
No cavities.
No cavities though. Did you think of that?
I don't want to do this.
Okay, well, fine. See you at the dentist if you don't do it.
My only fear is just like the amount of liquid. So I think I've actually immediately solved my problem. I'm going to do a Monster, a caffeine pill, and then like a half of a caffeine pill. So I'll go a little over, but not by much.
You just declared that you're gonna cheat. You're gonna overkill it. Well, listen, I gotta actually double up on Sam. Most of what he said, he's a puss. He's a wrangling on fire
pussy.
But a cute one though. Very, very cute. Kissable.
Thanks.
Cute little pussy.
Hey, don't say it like that. That made it
That
sound
was a little creepy.
a little creepy.
Yeah, a little bit creepy.
Stop that. He's a cute little boy. Also a puss. I am fearful of the sleep aspect. I sleep terribly. I don't know if y'all watching the video. This is also a video podcast if you didn't know that. You watching the video, you've seen I've been slowly, well, maybe quickly getting uglier and uglier as the weeks go on because I don't goddamn sleep.
I've been taking all their beauty. Fun fact. It's like the painting in the what's that book where it's
Mona Lisa.
The guy has the painting up in his attic, and it keeps getting
I only read books by hedge fund managers.
Younger and younger and looking nicer, and he keeps getting older and older.
I could see that.
Yeah. I'm fearful of even more sleep issues. The thing is that I know that I could fix my sleep issues by just not watching videos as I go to sleep, but I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Let
me tell you something. What you should do this week, if you're scared of the sleep aspect, is I've still been doing the dark sleep. And let me tell you, I've had problems sleeping all my life. Like, never being able to get to sleep.
You've had problems, period, all your life.
Yeah.
Including your period, girl.
Wow.
Continue.
No, let's let that hang in the air for a little bit.
Yeah. Give it some dead space. And the dark sleep really does help. I know it like makes you uncomfortable, but like if you just put everything away before you go to sleep and maybe listen to something, possibly a sleep story about the lavender fields over and over again for the past 2 months, I can recite that whole story now. It's crazy, but it puts me to sleep in like 5 minutes because it's so boring.
Wow.
Join me as we walk through the fields of Provence. My name is Stephen Fry. And this story is called, it's awful.
Yes, that was awful for all of us.
But here's my question for you guys is, never mind fears for yourself, enough about you. Okay, let's look at me and we and together to the side of ye. Because this next segment lets us look to each other a bit more in a bit aggressive of a way. What is the name of that segment?
I'm gonna yell at you and say you're gonna do a bad job.
The public humiliation.
Oh no, Whoa, please don't humiliate me publicly.
I love it when she does that voice. It makes me so hard.
The public humiliation. This is our chance to go around the circle and now blast each other. Who
I'm ready.
needs this? Who does not need this? Who's gonna fuck this one up? Let's just let loose regarding this challenge and perhaps personally. Jenny, start us off.
Sam is gonna do it, I don't think. I think Sam maybe will like have like 2 of his little V8s and then be like, I'm too wired and jittery. And I don't think he's not gonna do it.
I 100% agree.
Oh my god, he's
not gonna
such a
do it.
loser.
I'm gonna try my best, but honestly, if I feel like I am going to explode from the vibrations inside my chest, I'm gonna stop.
Do you not know about the good vibrations? Maybe you need a Beach Boys
Good
vinyl.
vibrations.
I'm picking up good vibrations.
I agree, Sammy sucks.
Okay.
Not as a well, sometimes as a well, let's just say period.
Yeah.
Sammy sucks.
Just
end of
in
sentence.
general.
I normally don't suck. I let your dad do that for me.
That's right. He is in a penetrating relationship with my father. For those new around here, I want to make it clear that was a dig on me, my father.
Yep.
I do have him suck me dry as a fucking bone.
Yep. Right. So for me, I would have to say agreed. Second on Jenny's. I really can't add much to it, but I think Sammy could be the failure of all failures this week. I think this could be a match made in heaven for me, and I think Jenny really doesn't have to change much. This is probably the easiest one for her, but I guess we shall see.
We shall see.
So that's my public humiliation. I guess kind of boring, but just fuck you,
I
Sam.
think that was good.
Okay, that's fair. I completely agree with
Yeah.
everything you guys said. I'm gonna publicly humiliate myself. I'm gonna really try. I'm gonna really try and get the caffeine intake that is required. But if I feel like I'm gonna explode, which it is probable to happen, I'm going to go back to my 1, and I'll admit that.
Wow. Well admitted, my good friend. I will have to say right now, not a public humiliation, but swimming right along, I'm very excited for this one. I find that I am
too.
most sad when I'm not filled with energy. When I'm tired, I hate everything.
Yeah,
I
me
feel like
too.
that is my worst situation. Not to say like, oh, I need my morning coffee. I am the worst me at like 12 in the afternoon or like 1 p.m.
That's most people.
Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee.
No, you can talk to me all you want before I've had my coffee. I'm always a pretty bright sprite in the morning, even before coffee or anything. It's like once I've been at it a little bit in the day and I start to become tired, I hate that feeling. And so I'm going to have to really sneak in to double my coffee intake a day. So hopefully I will solve that midday problem. That's my goal this week, if you will.
So I have a quick clarifying question. Or do we have a
Please.
segment for like rules and shit?
Yeah, rules and regulations, I think.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Rules and regulations.
We're not going to set a specified time for it, right? Just like whenever you want
No.
to within the day.
No, you puss, no.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
You're sort of diluting the puss insult by calling everyone a puss.
That's true. That's a good point.
Puss.
Chris, you puss, stop saying it so much.
There we go.
I gotta say, last note is I gotta try to cut myself off. I have to try to get all 400 milligrams before like 6 p.m. or it's gonna be a rude awakening, literally.
Yeah.
I gotta get mine when I'm like before 12, because I'm gonna fucking I'm not gonna sleep this week.
True, you're a frail little boy.
Yeah.
So this will be a very interesting one on the other side of this. Oh my God. Okay, and on the other side, I'd like to talk applications too. If it's like you doing coffees, Jenny's kind of got a plan for monsters and pills and such.
Please sponsor me, please.
Oh my God, I am so excited to be Jolton. And on the other side of this, you thought we had energy now. Just wait till we next episode, try to see us blink. You won't.
You're gonna be like boop 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 boop.
You're gonna have to play this at times 05 speed.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be talking so fast.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
Incredible.
We'll see you guys in 7 days.
Yeah, we will.
We will see you in 7 caffeine-filled, beautiful, freaking days.
Zip, zip, zip.
Feel free to do it alongside us, and we'll see you when we're back. Bam.
All right, bye guys.
Bang, bang, bang. Bye.
7 days later.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, everybody.
We're caffeine-fueled and...
Welcome back. Ha 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 ha! We're back.
Oh.
We just got back from cocaine for a week, and it has been a long and winding road. Oh my God, it sure has. You're right. We shouldn't start gentle on this one. Sam's got a good point there with his noises.
Bing, 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 bing. Me bouncing off the walls.
Ding dang, walla walla bing bang. Ooh hee, ooh ha ha, ding dang, walla walla bing bang. Yeah, caffeine for a week. We did it.
Yeah.
We did it. so much. Oh my God, certainly we did. Before we get into the specifics of certainly why and how and what and where and all those things, could you please tell me a little tease of what's to come? What would we call a segment like that to kind of get things brewing, things moving?
Possibly a little one-word sum up.
Oh, possibly a little.
Good idea.
One word sum up!
Summing up in a word.
Let's go around the circle. Share one word to summarize your experience at large this week in taking the healthy human maximum of caffeine. Sammy, start us off.
Jittery.
Ah, Jenny.
Well, you guys are familiar with kind of just generally how I
Just
usually
give it a word.
am
Just
with
babe.
caffeine. so
can you for once
You know.
give us one word? Just like, which is the
I
segment?
just did.
What?
I said you guys are
Oh
familiar
my God!
generally
It's not a
with
word.
how
That's a
I
sentence.
intake
You
my
dumb,
caffeine and
you
it
dumb
kind of
bitch. You dumb,
didn't-
stupid,
yeah.
stupid, no brain bitch. It's not
Progressive
a word.
podcast, and we're just, that's all satire. That Jenny is a dumb,
stupid bitch.
stupid bitch. But we're just joking around.
We're just joking.
But it is based on her intelligence.
Yeah, they're
Making
just
jokes and
joking when they
making
call
bits.
me a dumb stupid bitch.
I also called Chris a dumb, stupid bitch. So it's
Exactly.
equality.
Well, that's not okay.
You're right.
That's our word.
No, it's fine. I got the B word pass. It's fine.
Chris? One word?
Crash.
I love that movie, dude. That movie solved racism. Did you know that?
Oh, shout out to Ludacris. He's a big fan of the show. He wrote it in recently, and we could read his letter, but maybe next episode. But big
Maybe
fan
next
of the show,
episode.
of
Yeah,
the
we'll
pod.
just hold it.
Appreciate the
Respect
It was
support
really
privacy.
personal.
from Luda,
So,
and he was pretty good in Crash. Pretty good in Crash.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so beautiful one-word sum-ups by 2/3 of the podcast. We can all agree on that. Let's then
Thank you.
swivel right along onto a beautiful, very important segment. But before we can actually get to that segment, I need you guys to do something along with me. Please put your hands out in front of you. Oh my God, for the listeners just listening and not watching, our hands are all placed firmly, sensually, pressurefully in front of us onto the wooden duck that lies betwixt us. Onto this duck, we swear our honor, we swear our truth. Swear with me, I promise and swear to tell the honor, the truth,
Swear
the
to
all
tell the
of
whole
the
truth.
truth, the full blanked blonde honesty is upon me, and if I lie, then sci-fly guy, I'm gonna die. The honor is sworn. Now we have sworn our word. It is very similar to court, the U.S. Legal system, but ours is a little more legitimate, a little more serious. And now the truth is upon us, so we have to tell the truth, which allows us to get to this other beautiful portion of our show. Jenny, what is that portion?
Fuck up, did we?
Yeah.
Moment of truth!
Fuck up, did we?
Moment of truth, we go around here and basically declare if we've fucked up, did we? We say if we did fuck up or we
Fuck
didn't
up,
fuck
did
up.
we?
So you'd think a segment like this, it sounds like it could have a much more effective title, but maybe in the future.
Like, fuck up, did we?
So moment of truth, let's just go around then. Tell me if you did in fact fuck up this week. Did you hit your 400 milligrams of caffeine threshold every day of the week? Jenny, start us off.
First, I would like to say, fuck up, did ye Sam? Yes, because he's eating a pear, and I think that that's a fuck up.
True.
Second,
Socially.
I did not fuck up. I had my caffeine every day.
Did we do our swear?
Yeah. Did you miss it?
I completely was not paying attention. I was eating a pear.
That's what happens. They literally make you dumber by the bite. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, this is science. I'm not even talking as Chris right now. That was just pure science that I dripped on you right there. So careful with pears.
Fuck up, no me.
Fuck up, no ye. Wow, okay.
my
Jeez.
God.
This is like I thrived this week.
Okay, Sammy, did you thrive this week or did ye fuck up?
I don't know how you did it. I did it for 3 days, and I felt like I was gonna fucking die.
Oh!
Yeah, I figured that would happen with you because you are like not
He's so weak. Is that what you're gonna say?
not a caffeine boy.
Not a caffeine boy.
Okay, we'll get into it, but Jesus Christ, I'm impressed that you were able to do it.
And me?
Chris?
No way, Jose. Of course I didn't fuck up. Looks
Great.
like a Chris versus Jenny duel with the guns to the bings to the bangs. We'll get there.
Don't worry.
But beautiful. Sam is a fucker of up.
Yeah, I fuck up. I'm like a helium dildo.
What joke
Bo
is that?
Burnham.
Why do I
That's
know that
Bo Burnham.
joke? Oh.
Okay, wow. Okay, so listen, the truth is all upon the table. Ugh, it's everywhere. We're just getting visual reference.
It's like Chris's flossers. It's like Chris's flossers all
Yeah.
over the table.
True.
And he can't stop fiddling with the truth. He can't stop fiddling with it.
Good reference. Go check out, if you just want to binge through all of Better Off Better, you'll get that joke. It's in one of them, somewhere between 20 and 40. Okay, but let's get into the thick of it then. The truth is on the table. We kind of already covered that. We know who fucked up. His name rhymes with damn. Now, let's discuss the experience at large. Come on, free balling, free flowing. What do we call this segment?
Let's talk results.
Let's talk results. Basically, just tell me about it, man. Jump around, give me the deets. How'd you feel? The pain, the sorrow, and the pleasure. Tell me all about it. Sammy, I'd actually like to hear about you because you're a weakling.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You guys know that after like a cup of coffee or anything, like a way to get me awake on late night sets is I have to drink a fucking Mountain Dew, which is disgusting. I wouldn't recommend it.
Mountain Dew is officially not a sponsor of our program. Yuck.
Just regular soda is enough to get you going.
Holy shit. I did the 400 and fuck. I thought I was going to have a goddamn heart attack.
How did you get your 400 in?
Yeah,
the
what was your mediums?
I took 2 caffeine pills, a V8 Energy, and a cup of coffee.
All in one sitting?
No, I took it over like 3 hours.
I mean, that's a lot in 3 hours. These are I spanned mine across the day.
No, that's because I know if I drank it in the afternoon that I would.
Yeah, it's like better to do it in the morning.
I would not sleep, which also ended up fucking happening. I maybe slept for those 3 days that I did it. I slept maybe an hour or two, and it was restless sleep. And then the rest of the fucking week, I didn't sleep well at all. I was still working the caffeine out of my system. I thought I was gonna have a fucking heart attack. I was so jittery.
You're such a weak little man.
If I was to write a note, you wouldn't be able to like read it. It was like fucking crazy. I was so wired and I was talking so fast and it was awful. It was awful. I felt like my chest was gonna fucking explode.
I'm still dealing with symptoms 4 days later.
I thought my chest was gonna fucking explode. It was awful. I couldn't focus my mind on absolutely anything.
We gotta get you a little bit of meth. A few hits of meth.
Yeah.
You would be
a little bit.
You would be in a world of pleasure, my friend. Let me give you a thrill you've never experienced before in your life.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But yeah, it was awful. I hated it. It was awful. I'm impressed that you guys were able to do it. I'm actually not impressed because you guys already are like
problematic,
super caffeinated all the time. I'm already a pretty chipper, wired person without caffeine. So with caffeine, it just felt like I could give electricity to a city if they just gave me a fucking cord.
Well, actually, there was a city that could have used your electricity, you greedy bastard.
You're right.
Shout out to Texas. 95% of our audience had no power this week.
Sorry, y'all.
Shout out to 95% of our Texan audience. Sam, you could have been like one of those little hamsters in the wheel.
I wish I was.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
We could have just got him a wheel. Like, if we're going to problem solve, Sam, so
Yeah.
we can have 400 milligrams of caffeine in the future, we should just get him a big wheel.
Yeah, I think it would help regardless.
It's worth trying.
It was awful.
So you didn't like it at all?
Not even a little. Not even a little bit.
Was your morale up? Did it do the thing?
No, I felt terrible. I felt fucking awful. I was like, why can't I focus on a goddamn thing? I hated it. And I'm fine. I stopped because I'm like, I can't do another 4 days of this. It was so fucking awful.
Oh, classic. Jenny!
My week went well.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a lot of caffeine, but
I noticed that as well.
I didn't really have anything negative. I was fine sleeping because I drank most of it in the morning. I did generally like a caffeine pill, a Monster, and then some coffee, or maybe like I switched it around a little bit, trying like more coffee some days, more, I don't know, whatever. But I generally did almost all of mine in the morning. I think there was a day when I had like a espresso with Chris, and that was a little bit later, but I generally kept it to pretty early in the morning.
That gave me a rush of caffeine and also love.
Ew.
Yeah, so I didn't feel that.
The caffeine?
The one thing that was interesting to me was that after, like, on day, like, 5 and 6, maybe, I felt tired.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I felt so
Jenny.
tired.
That's why my
right?
word is CRASH, crash.
I got so tired, and I don't ever really get, like, a caffeine crash, which is weird because, like, I drink a lot of caffeine.
Again, this is pure science, again, because that's who we are on the show. I think it was like a larger scale crash. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Is that when I got to a certain amount of caffeine, it was not making me more awake, but more tired. It was like having the inverse effect, where it's like my first portion of the day is awesome. Because I would try to, and I learned very quickly, to have it, like you guys said, in the first 3 hours. That's not what I would say, but I wake up very early. So I have my first one right when I wake up, right? A strong one, a big old espresso to the heart, to the soul, and to my
Chicken soup for the soul, but
Whole.
it's just coffee.
I was gonna say whole. Yeah, I sit on the espresso.
He did boof it. He was he was boofing the espresso for most of his
Boofing, I
time.
love that word. Boof.
Thanks.
That's so good.
That means to butt chug something.
Shout out to Boof.
Shout out to boofing. 95% of our audience actually boofs
Boofs.
everything. They're boofers.
95% of the audience is boofers. 95% of our audience is boofing this podcast right now.
Better off boof.
Voice.
What up?
For people that don't know boofing, please define it.
To stick something up your butt. Generally drugs, but can include anything.
Anywho,
So how was your week, Chris?
I'm already at 300 today. So here's the deal. Yeah, I do think that once you hit a certain point in a certain short amount of time, that was where I felt like the mega crash. Where it not really crash, because I don't think I got that where it's just like, it was more so where, it was just, I was no longer feeling the joy of caffeine, like, which I like, but more so it was like making me, not like sleepy tired, but like burnt out tired.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. So I tried to spread it out strategically. It was a real game of like balancing how much to take in a short span, what time to cut it off, because I made that mistake probably, like Sam said, he didn't sleep much for 3 days. I wasn't that extreme, but it definitely didn't make it easy to go to bed in the eve. Because 2 of the days, maybe 3 of the days, I did it after 5 p.m. Stupid. Okay.
Yeah, you did it at like 12:30
I know.
at my
On my
house.
birthday
So
at your
stupid.
house, I took it so late. Well, we went to a movie, okay? And shout out to AMC. I'm a partial owner of AMC, actually.
Me too.
Very small portion.
He owns a seat in one of the theaters. It has his name engraved on it.
And he didn't buy it. He just went in with a knife.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a mistake. On that one night at your house, Jennifer, I drank like an entire coffee when we were sitting around the old countertop at like 11:30 at night. And boy, oh boy, was that a tricky evening to fall asleep.
Bad idea.
Yeah, that was unwise, I would say. Anytime I drank it past like 5:36, it is generally unwise. But I do like to spread it out as much as possible.
I didn't have any trouble sleeping.
Well, must be nice.
I think it's the dark sleep.
The morale side of it, I just love caffeine. I mean, are they going to come out in like a few years and be like, oh, caffeine is worse than cigarettes, and now we're going to have this podcast
No, it's
out
supposed to. Caffeine's really good for you.
Probably
I know.
gonna
I
kill you.
I have also figured that out because I have hyper research. When I first started liking coffee, I was like, oh no, this is a problem. And obviously, we're doing this one for the benefits that it promised us. But caffeine itself, I've done so much Google searches about, oh, is caffeine killing me? What's the downside of caffeine? What are the good things of caffeine? There's a lot of benefits of like just intaking caffeine every day. Probably not at a 400 milligram level. That's a little crazy, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it has only made me more confident in liking caffeine because there's just like crazy shit. There's just like skin benefits,
Stupid, bro.
health benefits. There's obviously morale benefits.
Hang on, shut up, Chris. According to Healthline, coffee and caffeine together has been proven to increase intelligence, burn body fat, provide crucial nutrients like B vitamins and potassium, lower diabetes risk, prevent dementia, protect liver, and improve skin.
Shout out to my dermatologist. What up? I know, of course, he's listening. Yeah, he told me that drinking black coffee is super good for your skin and like just your whole body.
I have a pretty nice conditioner, you could say, and my conditioner has caffeine in it. So
Yeah, caffeine's
What?
super good for you. My under eye cream has caffeine in it.
yup.
Interesting. Shout out Big Caffeine.
Shut up, big caffeine indeed. Oh my god.
Sponsor us, Big Caffeine.
If I put caffeine under eye cream on me, I feel like I would just have constantly twitching eyes.
Yeah.
Like the bottom of my eyes would just be like,
Yeah, no, I think that the morale side of it was very good. I found that, I think it might just be in general recently, but at like 1 o'clock-ish, is my most tired portion of the day by far.
I would agree, because it's right after you eat, right?
Not even. It's just like, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's just like at that time, I'm all of a sudden sadder than the other times. I am all of a sudden, my drive is like hindered and I just don't feel very nice. So I tried to time it where I took a big old portion first thing in the morning. So whether that be 5:45, 6, whatever. And then I would have like a little coffee, like a regular coffee at like 10. And then I would have another like a puncher, a gentle loving espresso at like 12:30, 12:45, something like that, when I start to feel that like, oh, the afternoon saddies are coming. They're sneaking up on Chrissy.
Uh-oh.
I would be like, okay, this is a sign. Let's do this thing. And it works to counter it a little bit, but I just think there's a strange balancing game.
Yeah. It didn't, even when I tried it at different times, I just feel like it didn't, it almost like it felt like it stopped working at that point a little bit. I don't know though, because there are times when I will have, like, I had caffeine at like really late and it did feel like it worked. I don't know. It's just like it's just weird that sometimes you can like have an espresso and then be tired afterwards. And then sometimes it like, I don't know. I
think sometimes it just hits different. It's like when you're listening to Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish, like driving home at night on the highway versus like going to work in the morning. It just hits different, you know?
I've got nothing. I have
This
nothing
is
good
the
to say
least
about
I've
it.
liked
It
you.
hurt. It hurt, guys. I didn't like it.
Yeah, you really are like a little wussy pussy though, so it is funny that you failed so quickly at this. It makes sense though, like to everybody.
Okay, great.
Yeah, Chris, you should be saying that.
Did you feel happy the whole week?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not like a generally happy person, so.
But maybe this changed you.
Let's not get into that, maybe.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah, let's do like a little therapy session.
Do we have a free weekend?
I don't think it made me happier. Like, I already drink a lot of caffeine, so I don't think there was like a huge difference in my mood, at least. Like, I think the energy like changed because it was more caffeine than I generally intake, but I don't think it changed my mood too much, or like, if it did, it wasn't super noticeable, you know? I definitely had more energy, but that makes sense.
Certainly.
I wish there was a way for us to concisely talk about this week and say, like, there's three of
Yeah.
us. There's three of us. If we
Yeah.
could each say something about it,
Oh,
what would it? Yeah.
to kind of,
Yeah, maybe like,
Good, bad, good, bad, and the ugly, and the ugly.
Nice.
the good, the bad, the ugly. This is, as Sam beautifully said. Again, I like
Thank
to
you.
emphasize how
Thanks,
beautiful he said it.
so beautiful.
The good, the bad, the ugly. This is a little shot for us to go around the circle, go around the table, up in us, within us, and just kind
in
of
us?
sum it all up. Give you one solid, steady good, one solid, steady bad, and one solid, steady ugly to sum up the experience at large for perhaps if you're interested in maximizing your healthy human caffeine milligram intake. Let's start with the good me.
I knew you were
Okay.
going to say that.
Of course I am, because I'm a good guy, good boy. The good would definitely be that when optimized to who you are, right, depending on how long you want to spread it, what times you wake up, all those things, if spread out properly, it really does effectively keep you functioning across the day. If you're like a power working individual, which I like to think I am, it really does keep it going. Like, as soon as you feel that weakness, whenever you have those kind of like tired, whatever, like burnout, that's like when you have to schedule it into your life. And that's what I've been working on across the week. And that's what I kind of have gotten to now the last two to 3 days. It works. It just keeps the train running, baby. It keeps the fire burning. And for that is very good.
Shoddy fire burning on the dance floor.
Whoa!
Sam, do you want to do the bad or the ugly?
I want to do the bad. What do you mean? Fucking bad. It was the chest pain. I don't know if you guys had the chest pain, but I had the chest pain, and that fucking sucked. Holy shit, it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. I already have agita, which really, it feels like there's a pain in your chest. You guys have made this face so many times. It's agita.
The face is judgment, disdain and disgust. Chris and Jenny both wear the face when Sam mentions his weird and stupid ailments.
It's pronounced agita.
Agita, dude. Well, I just got back from the doctors, and I actually have gabobova. They said it's pretty serious.
Fuck you. Okay, anyway, but yeah, no, it sucked. It sucked. I hated it. Fuck that.
Okay, so the ugly,
Chris's attitude. Little throwback. Little throwback.
I would say the ugly is probably like if it affects you in the way that makes you not able to sleep.
Yes.
I didn't get that, but I think that's probably a good ugly.
Most people do. That's a pretty unanimous ugly.
Yeah, so I guess that.
Yeah, the insomnia. Jenny, your ugly is great. My good is great. I think Sam's bad sucks. So I'm going to maybe, Jenny, would you like to veto his bad and we'll replace it with something better?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Let's keep it concise, though.
The dependency, I think, is the bad.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
That's a good bad.
And I will find out firsthand tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment.
Oh, you're gonna get a really bad headache.
Yeah, so I have to not drink coffee for the first 4 hours tomorrow. And I think it's going to really pay the price. But the bad is absolutely the dependency because I am definitely more tired in the morning right now than I usually am. I fix it by having a ton of caffeine, as we know. But I definitely think now coming back down and trying to set myself up to not have 400 a day is going to be tricky because my dependency is definitely stronger.
I don't
It's the
think
chest pain.
that'll be a problem. I think having none would be a problem, but cutting it down isn't that hard, I don't think.
Weaning off.
Yeah, so I think that was pretty concise. We got two bad options.
Two bad options, one much better than the other.
It's the chest pain.
Yeah, Sam's was really good.
It was a chest pain. All right. We are speeding right along in this episode. It's like we're on caffeine or something.
Oh my God, yeah, we're so efficient on caffeine. Let's just down 400 before every episode.
Absolutely not.
So then that brings us right along. That is a little window into our beautiful experience. Hopefully you're inspired to go to Starbucks. Tell them we sent you and just
Don't go to Starbucks.
fill your bag with black coffee. Just bring a friggin' Ziploc and tell them, just give me what you got. Chris, Jenny, and Sam sent me. And they'll be like, okay.
I don't want to be included in that.
They'd be like, who?
Make your own coffee. It's so much cheaper. And don't buy pre-ground because there's cockroach pieces in it.
It's actually been proven Starbucks is the cheapest coffee right now in America, and it only makes sense if you go. I mean, if you're drinking only like 2 to 4 a day, then it's the cheapest option. But
it's only like $90.
yeah,
so
which is pretty good
totally
though if you're
fine.
considering. Like
Yeah.
they taste kind of good. So then,
They taste a little bit better than if you make them yourself, and it's only 85 times more expensive.
yeah.
So like, worth.
If you will, my friends, this is the portion of the show that it's why they call us the competitive cuties. It's why the New York Times has been calling us the cutthroat conundrum week after week these last few. This is what we like to call the biggest loser.
Nice. The biggest loser. I'll go first. I lose. Because obviously I didn't do it, but I lose, and I would have to say that okay, this is interesting. You guys are both pretty similar. I shouldn't have gone first. I'm gonna need to hear cases.
All right, Chris, you go first because I know my answer, but I'm interested in your answer.
It is definitely tricky. Sam, you lose. Sorry, love you.
Yeah,
But
I'm fine with that.
as for winner, and again, if this is unclear at this point, we're going around the circle and voting on our winner and our loser of the week, the champion, and the failure of this week. This is the biggest loser. I would say the only thing that's making me skeptical with you, Missy, is that you are already addicted to a lot of caffeine. You have friggin' monsters and caffeine pills. Like you said it beforehand.
Yeah, but
that this might be cutting down for you to go back down to 400.
yeah, no, I didn't realize how much it actually was. I found out that the monsters I drink are like 140 or 150, and I thought they were way more than that. I do not have 400 milligrams of caffeine a day usually.
But the pills are 200. And I've seen you have multiple pills. Caffeine pills. Children, that's all we're talking about.
I haven't been taking the pills recently at all. I used to take them every day, and since I started drinking a bunch of Monster, I stopped taking them. So it was way more than I usually do intake.
Okay. So that was my only like hesitancy. I think I was more experimental with it, but I really don't know if that makes that much of a difference because we both did it and experienced the same effects. We have different lifestyles. You know, you're like party club girl. I'm like, the working man.
Oh? Okay, well, I haven't left my room in
You're
over a
you go
month,
out every
but
night. You
yeah.
go drinking and trying to like meet new people, and you're kind of like promiscuous. And I'm like, I go to the mines all day. I go to the warehouse on the weekends because I'm a working man.
I would be so happy if you got locked in a little mine.
No way.
It would be so funny. I would come visit you and laugh at you because like you can't even go camping. You can't like sleep at someone else's house. It would be so
When
funny.
I get dirt on my hands, I like to wash them because I don't like the way it feels when I rub them together.
And you're all covered in soot and you're like crying, looking up like, please help me. And I like have a ladder with me and I like pretend to drop it and I'm like, oh,
Excuse me, fellow mining boys, is there a hand sanitizer station? My hands are a little dirty.
I have a little bit of coal on me.
Guys, do these helmets come in any other colors? This one's a little like yellow.
Hello, fellow warehouse droogs. Do you have a skin blotting station? I'm getting a little oily.
Little droogies and droogettes, can I blot my oils somewhere? So who do you think won?
I might have to vote for both of us. Otherwise, me.
Okay, so which is your answer?
Definitely one of the two. Definitely one of the two. You said you have a strong answer. Can I hear your case before I vote?
Sam lost. I was gonna propose that we both win.
Okay.
Just because it's like, this one isn't really about any other factors of like creativity or something like that. Like, I feel like this one's kind of a standard, like, do it and see how we feel. And I think we both did try different things, you know? I would be comfortable with both of us sharing the win.
I'm comfortable with that too. I'm comfortable on that a little emotional couch we're sitting on together.
I don't really like that you kind of weren't comfortable with it, though. You were
No,
like,
but you make
I
a good
think
point.
Me,
My
and
only
now
thing
it's
was
like,
just kind of that it seems like you take a lot of caffeine to begin with, and it's.
But also, it first of all doesn't matter, and second of all, I don't take that much, and you also have multiple espressos a day. So.
I have 2. Generally, I have 2 espressos a day, which equals out to 120 milligrams. But
Okay, yeah. So if I have a monster, that's the same thing.
you have 1 monster a day, generally.
Okay.
It depends on the day.
You
Okay,
both
listen.
win. That's my vote. I think both of you guys win.
I like it. No, I vote the 2 of us. Yeah, we both felt the different benefits. We both felt the strange reverse caffeine effect when you have too much caffeine.
Yeah.
And I guess you didn't get the side effect of being up at night because you have some sort of sub-friggin' human whatever.
I really think, shout out to our episode number
20.
when we did the dark sleep, because I have kept up with that since then
And it helps.
so much. I have had trouble sleeping my entire life. Like taking hours to fall asleep, getting panic attacks around bedtime because I am worried about not being able to fall asleep. And I literally fall asleep within 25 minutes now, every single night without fail.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Damn. You fix sleep. Now if only you could fix all the problems you have when you're awake.
Yeah, that would be great. Maybe I'll just sleep forever.
Yeah. I got her, right?
Got
Oh,
her.
God, I showed her.
Oh, man.
All right, listen, that's beautiful. Sam is a loser, a drop-dead fucking losing sack of nothing good in that sack.
Yeah.
And Chris and Jenny are looking spicy, my friends, are looking a little seasoned with cinnamon, perhaps. Nice tasting, seasonal, maybe. Jenny, give me the riff. Oh, it feels so good to be back. So close to the mic right now. This is another case of announcing and commencing the winner and the loser. The winner this week is, of course, beautifully, sexually, Chris and Jenny. Woo-hoo-ha-ha-hoo. Tied up and in charge, maximizing our caffeine intake. God, we did so good, and that's why we are victors with sharing the crown. It's a big crown, so we're both kind of squeezing our heads tight, snug under it, but it works. It still looks nice.
Yeah, yours wouldn't fit alone, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
I got a little. It's like a yarmulke to me and a full crown to you.
I need like a baby crown, and you need like a giant crown.
Big head, lot of knowledge, kid. You got to keep up with all this math I have in here.
Yeah.
But of course, the more important thing to focus on this show is the disgusting, disgraceful loser, which is Sam. Ugh. If you see him in the streets, spit.
Spit.
I'll take that fucking background with pride because I feel like I would have died.
He's a spit bucket. What background is that, you might be asking? Well, that would be the background known as the Digital Sammy voice. Lay it on him.
The Digital Sammy is our digital token of shame. The winner of the week is given the honor of designing a 2D image with the intention of being a vile, gruesome, and perhaps offensive source of embarrassment. The loser of the week will be forced to look at said token of shame as it will be set as their wallpaper on any and all digital devices they use. The only constraint, the image must contain a rotting sandwich somewhere within, as an homage to our original Sammy Award. This is designed to inspire our big fat loser to become a big fat winner in time.
Amazing.
Thanks, voice.
Don't mention it.
Thanks, voice.
No problem.
I love you.
I do not understand human emotion.
Love you, voice.
I feel nothing.
So nice. Wow. What a wholesome show. And of course, there's a question. that we like to spread around the, if this show was toast, this question is the jam. So please,
marmalade.
get me a knife and spread it across me, baby. What is that question?
Are we
A better off worse?
Better off better. We're better off worse.
Better off worse?
Jenny, are you better off better or better off worse?
I would say I'm Bob. I would say kind of neutral, but leaning more towards Bob.
stupid?
Sammy.
Better off worse? What do you mean? Like, I've given you all the reasons. It was awful.
Yeah, it makes sense for you.
A big old bow for me.
Okay, I am agreeing with Jenny that it is a better off better for me. A fat Bob. But I think it's mostly because it's knowing. Like, I don't know that 400 milligrams of caffeine is sustainable long term because of the dependency. I think it's too short term this week to know how bad the dependency is.
Yeah.
We'll come back with those results in the future. But I think 400 is probably a lot. And I think the best part of it is finding out that it made Sam even more jittery, even more extreme. For me, it didn't do that. It just made it last longer because I spread it out accordingly.
Yeah. Well, also, I have just like a little wrap-up comment. My dermatologist told me that like 6 cups of coffee a day is said to be very, very good for you. And he said that it's not necessarily just the caffeine, but there's something else in black coffee that they're not really sure what does it, but there's like all these benefits that come from it.
A lot of potassium.
Sure. But so yeah, I don't know. I think it's good overall.
I agree.
I'm glad you liked it, idiot.
In the 1 week span, it is definitely a better off better, and the education of knowing that it didn't really change the way I felt except for kind of extending the things I wanted it to extend so far. So I give it a BOB with maybe an asterisk to adapt in the future, depending on where it goes from here. Are you going to continue taking 400 a day?
No.
Jenny? Tell me this, please.
I don't know. Probably, I'm not going to force myself to, because some days it felt like a little more of a force, but
Agreed.
I don't really know how to answer that.
Thanks. That was a good answer. I think, yeah, I actually agree. So I kind of blasted you.
Yeah, it's like that's kind of hard to
with my
answer.
tone.
Like, I'm not going to force myself to, but I'm also not like giving it up, you know?
Yeah.
Yo, I like that. Honestly, yeah.
Okay, so then why'd you even make fun of me?
It's just so easy to. There's something about your face. But what was it then?
We did. What
That's
the
it.
fuck was that?
You guys want to get some coffees? I'm getting a little sleepy again.
No.
I'm going to get another monster. Please sponsor me.
I blinked 3 times this episode. That's too many. Give me an espresso. But yeah, hey, listen.
All right, guys.
Thanks for watching, to you listening to our voice right now, or perhaps watching us right now. Thanks for listening. I should have said thanks for listening. If you're listening to us right now, thanks for watching. If you're watching us right now. Follow us on all the many things. Voice, tell them where they can find us.
The Better Off Better links are in the description of whatever you are listening or watching this on. Go follow us on anything and everything. Also force your entire family to do so as well. You can find a nice sexy list of all our social stuff at cinnamonic.com/bob and our thicker catalog at betteroffbetter.com. Be safe, stay sharp, and fuck 'em up, baby.
Oh, so great. And of course, tune in next week when we are what?
Attempting an emotional health fancy dress up week.
Thanks, voice.
You're welcome.
So sick, so slick, so nice. Then that concludes it?
That's all of the mustard.
Bye.
Hey, true, that is all the mustard.
It's finally over. Thank you for listening. Better Off Better is produced, engineered, and edited by Chris K. Daniels. BOB is a Cinnamonic podcast production. One final note, everything said on Better Off Better is for the sake of comedy. Please do not take any of our words or sarcastic claims seriously. The idiots are dancing clowns to make you laugh. All is said in good fun and in the context of a joke. Thank you and good night.